horror movie. What's up, y'all? It's your Master Lee.
And Lulu.
Alright, even though the DCU is about to go through an explosion, a reboot, a complete refiddling, a little tinkering, a little bit of fondling.
Why so many vocabularies?
I know you don't like vocabulary. That's why I'm throwing it out there so you can learn a few words.
Tingling?
Tinkling, fondling.
Okay.
That's the word when they magically rewrite everything in a superhero universe. This is one of those movies that I believe is still from the old school DC, not the new one that James Gunn's putting together. So curious to see why they decided to put this one through. Because Blue Beetle? I mean, like, this has got to be like a fourth string quarterback at best. I literally know nothing about this character, this backstory. I mean, I've heard of him before.
Sounds cute though. Blue Beetle.
I mean, I don't know what his powers are. Like, what does a beetle do? It's got a shell, and he wears a giant suit of armor. I don't know what kind of beetle. Maybe he's the kind that flies, or maybe he's the kind that rolls giant balls of doo-doo around. Who knows?
The one that goes to our pool.
Oh, those beetles? Oh my goodness, yeah. Big ass beetles just floating around in there. I don't even, like, you don't even see them on the desert floor, so they must be coming up from underground. So maybe that's one of his powers. He comes in from underground. He just digs like that.
Ooh.
So let's check this out because there must be a reason why they're keeping this ongoing.
Right, right. And do you know the characters? Do you know all of them?
The only name that I see here that's famous that I recognize is George Lopez.
Okay.
And the names are that they did share. It looked like they might be Hispanic in origin. So this might have Hispanic vibes. Like maybe that's the character's origin. Actually, Jamie Reyes is the guy's name in the comic books, which I saw on Wikipedia. But the weird thing is there's no mention about his ethnicity. It doesn't say if he's, Latino, Hispanic, Mexican, or anything of that nature. So I'm not sure actually if that's what the angle is here. Let's check it out. If you want to hear some wild stories, check out my Vegas show.
That's right. And if you want some hotness, check out my fantasy show on my OnlyFans.
That's where she cosplayed as Blue Beetle.
On our list.
So take notes. And away we go.
Excuse me, Mr. Reyes?
It's like a rich billionaire.
Off that lounger or what?
Everything right now feels so out of reach.
You always land on your feet, bro. You're Jaime.
They don't get out much. I just want to rap. Jenny?
Guard that with your life, but do not open it.
You went in to get us jobs, and all you brought back was a hamburger?
Okay, I don't think it's a burger.
You haven't looked?
Oh my God, that beard.
How did you get it to do that?
I think he likes me.
That was a horror movie.
This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. What the?
Host acquired.
Who said that? It's okay. It's gonna be okay.
It's like Iron Man?
Yeah, I know.
Re-entry systems ready.
Wait, no. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. What is going on? I just want to rock.
It's called the Scarab. It's some kind of world-destroying weapon. It's designed to protect its host.
This ain't what you want.
Sometimes it does what you want, and sometimes it
What
doesn't.
the fuck? That was cool.
So cool.
The Scarab chose you, but it belongs to me.
The love you feel for your family makes you weak.
I just want to rock.
Damn.
The universe has sent you a gift, and you have to figure out what you're gonna do with it.
That's my heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Whatever you can imagine, I can create.
Let's party.
Whoa.
Nice choice.
Pretty cool.
kids like Batman stuff.
Batman's a fascist. I just wanna rock.
Wow, this is fun.
Pretty good, actually. They did a good job. Those people who created that trailer need a raise because they got me excited by a 14-year character. What the hell?
Wow, they've done it so good.
They did. Oh my goodness. So I guess it's a younger character. It almost feels a little like
Captain.
No.
I was just gonna say. It reminds me of American Chavez. It's not the character, but the vibes. You know.
Oh, like a younger character.
Yeah.
She's
and the family.
She's Latino too, actually.
Yes, correct.
How do you think about it? I don't think there are that many Latino superheroes in either Marvel or DC world. I mean, it's almost like it's weird, right? Because you got the whole world. You got a massive amounts of different ethnicity and races, but they got maybe like Shang-Chi as the only Asian superhero that I can think of, and American Chavez, which I'd never heard of before that movie, and Blue Beetle, which I guess is Latino because hey, if your dad is George Lopez,
right? His character is so cool. He looks so different. They look, they changed his look.
Oh my god! It's almost like, hey, everyone's gonna know you're George Lopez, so you got to grow something on your face to just change the look as much as you can. But it looks fun. It actually looks like a lot of fun. I actually do hope they lean in more into the family dynamics, right, and his background, because it does make for really interesting story. For
sure, have to, right? Because why him?
They don't have to. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
No?
Like, you can easily have a character who has an ethnic background and then tell stories that have nothing to do about the typical sort of values or the kind of things that, I think that matters in representation. Like, for instance, like in Shang-Chi, I think one reason why Shang-Chi works so well is because they really did lean into a lot of the kind of, storytelling elements that as a Chinese person, I've seen before in a lot of like old school kung fu movies or kind of values that I grew up with. As an example, like father-son dynamic is very much part of like that Asian culture where the son could never live up to the father's, expectation. And the father says, well, you must live up to the family name. The name means everything. Oh, I mean, like, I know this. So, Blue Beetle, I'm okay, baby. I'm over it now.
Okay,
I'm over it now. I'm not angry. Maybe
Okay,
a little,
calm down.
little excited here. But Blue Beetle, yeah, I hope they lean into it. You saw elements of that. Like, Latino families, they're like in everyone's business, and they're driving into. I guess he's going to an interview or something, and they're all the van
cheering,
just like cheering him on, type of thing. And, yeah,
that was cool.
That was cool, actually.
I'm looking forward to this.